What's up guys? In my video today I'm going to be doing a hand port and polish on my throttle body. Alright, so this video, I should warn you, it's not going to be a how-to because I've never done this before and I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's more of a, if I can do it, you can probably do it as well. But I've read online that the throttle bodies on these Chevy trucks is a little bit of a choke point, and that by doing this you can get a little more power. The build that I'm doing, it's going to be requiring quite a bit more air through it, so I thought this might be worth a shot. If you're really nervous about doing this, you could probably pick one of these up at a junkyard for fairly cheap and try it on that so you don't screw yours up first. But let me just get to it and see what happens here. Okay, so you can see some of the material that I've taken off, not too much so far, but just to give you an idea what I'm doing, there's almost like a little lip right here. So just this spot right around here is actually smaller than the actual throttle plate itself. My goal is to hopefully reduce that just a little bit. Hopefully it won't be quite as much of a restriction. This is the back. There was a little bit of a lip here I'm going to try to smooth out, and then I'm just trying to grind this middle rod down just a little bit, and I'll probably cut the ends of these screws off because they're just poking out there, not doing any good. In the end, I don't think I've really taken that much material off. I'll probably try to do the front a little bit more and polish it up a little bit and see how it turns out here. So this is the final product that I came out with. I'll try to get in here so you can see. It's probably not the best job ever, but this is the first time I've tried it. Am I going to get any more power? I really don't know. I wish I would have tried to get it polished up a little bit more. You can probably see some of the little scratches and stuff in there from the sandpaper. You can see them, but they are pretty small when you feel it. I mean, it's still pretty smooth, but I probably should have tried to finish it with a finer sandpaper. Here's the back. If nothing else, I at least got most of the junk cleaned off. So let me show you the tips that I used, which I have here, and then give you some tips that I've kind of learned. So I started out with these little stone tips, and they take out the most material, but even with these it's not super aggressive, especially with those small rotary tools. Then I went to this sanding barrel. I don't know what the exact grit on this, but I would guess it's somewhere between 80 and 100, something like that. And then I went down to this sanding tip, which is a 120, so it's slightly finer. The 120 grit was the finest sandpaper that I could find, at least that would attach to the tool. But that was mostly just looking around town because I needed to get this thing done. If you looked online, I'm sure that there's some other options available. But after that, I went ahead and hand sanded it with a 240 grit, or maybe it was 220, I can't remember. But I probably should have hand sanded it with like a 400 and then maybe a 6 or even 800 or something like that to get it just a little smoother. But it's not bad. Like I say, in the end, I don't know if I'm actually gonna get more power out of this or not. Just for example, in the back you can see, so there was a little bit of a ridge right here. I got most of that out. If I would have taken more time, I probably could have done a little bit better on it. On the front side, I focused more on down here. There's a little bit of a ridge, and I thought that taking out as much of that as I could would help the performance the best. I really don't know. Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to give you some tips if you're thinking about doing this yourself. but that's where most of the material came out. It still has that little bit of a ridge down there, but it's slightly smaller. And just some tips to think about when you're doing your own is to, first of all, take your time, and I would suggest cleaning it as you go, meaning as you get material down all in here, it just kind of builds up and makes it more difficult to do a good job. So just kind of keep cleaning it as you go and just take your time. And then also I would probably remove the throttle plate. I didn't, just because I didn't want to accidentally mess up any of the material around it, but I think you can stay away from that pretty easily. If you do mess that up, you're probably going to have some idling issues. But overall, I think it would make it slightly easier if you took that out. And then my last tip would probably be, like I kind of mentioned, is just to get some finer sanding bits or just sandpaper and hand sand it just to really get it polished up there at the end. But overall, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Does it look like complete crap? Did I just waste my time? Or do you think it will have any benefit? I really don't know. Like I say, if nothing else, I at least got it cleaner than it's been for a while. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to my channel by hitting my logo, and like and share the video. Thanks.